My name is Daniela Nocchieri, and I have in charge the Project Management Office of Euroconsumers. Me and my team, we thank you for this opportunity. We are honored to share with you our reality, our history, our achievements, and why not, our mistakes. First of all, let's introduce you Euroconsumer. We are sure that the most of you never heard about us. Euroconsumers is a network of consumer associations in 5 countries. Testaccia in Belgium since 1957, OCU in Spain since 1987, Altro Consumo in Italy since 1989, Deco Proteste in Portugal since 1991, and the youngest one, Deco in Brazil since 2002. Together we give support to 1.5 million of members. We are 1,250 professionals, and our goal is to promote and defend the consumer interest and solve the consumer daily problems. But what does it mean to defend the consumer's interests? It means to defend the rights that they have as consumer. Right to be informed, to choose the best product or service that they need. Right to be safe. Whatever they do, they choose, they buy. Right to be heard by the institution and to have someone that talk on behalf of them. Right to live in a healthy environment and right to have access to the service and product that they need. This is our mission. And we realize it through the publication of information about the quality of any type of product or service that we test ourselves, through the availability of a team in each country of lawyers and consultants that can assist the consumer in any daily problem. We realize our mission negotiating advantages for our member or offering product or service that we select for them. And very important, representing them in public and private instances, talking with the institution, organizing collective action, doing political pressure. Euroconsumers decided to create the PMO in 2005. In 2005, the company was mailing an editorial company focalized on consumers' problems, with a strong silos organization, with no project management culture at all, and with a limited portfolio. In this context, the PMO has been created. But the sign of a transformation was there: first digital products, new business activities. The real transformation arrived around 2010. The company changed from paper to digital, from editorial to a multi-service company. The PMO changed its model by consequence. After that, we have not slowed down anymore. The complexity of the portfolio became the norm. PMO consolidated the model to cope with it. And here we are. And the company is facing another transformation to be able to reach other consumer targets, younger consumers, to follow the society change, to deal on behalf of consumer with the big market player, and the PMO adapt again itself. But let's have a look to these phases in detail. When we created the PMO, the company request was the typical one: have more visibility about project status, improve the project performance. We started doing an effort of dissemination of the project management culture. We realized an awareness program for all the employees that could enter in contact with projects. We organized a training plan customized on different types of stakeholders, from directors to employees. We choose our own project organization, defining the different roles. We prepare with HR a competence model for the project's role, with the idea that the project manager could be in any departments and they could play temporarily the role. We defined our project management process, strict enough but light enough for the maturity level of the company and for the type of our projects. We inventory the portfolio and start to produce regular dashboard. And very important, we start a coach program for the new project manager. In conclusion, we set up a coaching PMO, able to give support to PM in different departments and to give visibility about the project to all the company stakeholders. Was it a good model? It was a model good enough for a situation of stability, and in fact for some time we survived with it. But our situation was not stable. Around 2010, the company accelerated the digitalization process, impacting the entire organizational and operational model. The portfolio exploded in quantity of projects, in dimension, but moreover in complexity, with projects deeply impacting the business architecture and the organization of the work. Our poor coaching PMO could not cope with the new needs. We decided to take directly in charge all the major projects. We organized them in programs. To properly manage the impact on the business architecture, we created an enterprise architect team that could protect the coherence of the new product and services starting from the concept phase. To be in condition to do that, we use external expertise, moreover for program management and enterprise architect. We asked to these specialists two things: collaborate in the realization that the company were asking, realize a kind of training on the job to live their competencies inside our organization. In the same period, we defined our own methodology of business and process analysis. From the governance point of view, we separated the portfolio area from the operational one, and we created the role of portfolio manager. Also, the portfolio governance board has been created during this phase. The board is made of the directors of the department mainly involved in our major programs. It has been made to assure to the program manager, to the project manager, and to the steering committee a strong continuous sponsorship and support. As you can see, our PMO moved from a coaching model to an hybrid of reporting and operational PMO. The phase that I have just described, calling it acceleration, was not temporary. We never slowed it down. And so the PMO has been consolidated, having internally all the competencies and process necessary to keep this rhythm. We internalized the necessary professionalism: program manager, enterprise architect, project manager, business analyst, looking outside or moreover profiting of the training on the job realized during the previous phase. With HR, we revised for this role the competence model and the career plan. We start up a business analysis community, aggregating all the role in the company involved in analysis activities. From the point of view of the process, it was time to review our project management methodology. We decided to formalize an adaptive project life cycle to integrate a different type of project. Project with clear business objective and clear solution. Project with clear business objective and no clear solution. And be honest, project with no clear business objective and no clear solution. We are happy to have a model that can manage properly the life cycle in all this situation. Again, during this phase, the PMO, that was created as a corporate entity to manage corporate initiative, introduced local PMO representative in each country to support the local initiative. Last element that I would underline of this period: the programs that we have created to manage group of projects with strong dependency become something different, become stable, and start to take care of the entire evolution of the piece of business to which they are dedicated, not just from the project execution point of view. And we arrive at the present. Today our company is facing to another transformation. We are looking for other consumer targets. We would like to reach younger consumers. We need to adapt the way we support consumers to the society change. And we would like to deal on behalf of consumers with the big international market player, Google, Facebook, Amazon, a big challenge for us. Today the requests of the company to the PMO are mainly two: to be strict on project, and not just from the execution point of view, but from the point of view of the strategy execution, and to be capable to experiment, to innovate. To answer to that, our main effort is around the consolidation of our PMO journey as a continuous cycle from the company strategy to the business domain strategy, our whole program, to the execution of project. The other big effort is the setup of an innovation process and the monitor of the innovation pipeline as a specific portion of the portfolio that must be monitored with different criteria. As anticipated in the previous phase, the program change in business domain, and the program manager extends his role to be able to support the evolution of the business area in charge. Of course, we didn't stop our effort of culture diffusion. Our continuous training program is always in place. We added an initiative that we call Learning Snack. We do mini project management session during lunch for anyone interested, whatever his role is within the organization. Recently, we participated to a school program for 16 years old students. In conclusion, our PMO today is a real hybrid model, maybe not orthodox from the literature point of view. We mix an operational role, a reporting role, and we added a strategical dimension to guarantee that the strategy of the company is properly executed via project and properly assessed starting from the project result. I gave you an overview of history. Here it is our mandate in the company. The PMO must provide an enterprise approach to identify, choose, prioritize, and execute a portfolio of projects of any type of project aligned with the strategy company goal. We will see that we try to realize this mission from 3 different points of view. Keeping aligned the strategy goal with the portfolio composition and the project objectives, keeping aligned the strategy goal with the evolution of our business architecture, keeping the project management framework at the necessary level, and we consider part of this framework process, methodology, tool, information, but moreover people and culture. In this slide is how our company is made and where we are. Euroconsumer is organized in 6 big departments. Information and services, who create products and services. Commercial, who propose our services to the consumer. Public affairs and media, that talk with the public institution on behalf of consumers. Finance, human resource. Business technology, in fact the IT department, where the PMO is. So the PMO is part of the business technology department, but we act at enterprise level and we take care of the entire portfolio. The right part of the slide is our organization. We are organized in 2 tracks, monitor and plan area. This team takes care of the portfolio management at the enterprise level and of the local portfolio in each country for the local initiatives. In the same area, we have the team of the enterprise architects. We have decided to keep the enterprise architect in this area because I'm convinced that the enterprise architecture is a discipline that must support the decision-making process. For this reason, I kept the team more integrated than possible with the portfolio activities. On the right side, the manage and execute area. Program manager, project manager, and business analysts are part of it. They are organized by programs or by business domain, and they take care not just of the execution of the portion of the portfolio, but moreover of the evolution of the assigned business area. And now we want to explain how the PMO interact with the different company area. On the left side, we see the most operational interaction. The PMO collaborates with all the business stakeholders, starting with the identification of the business goal of the domain, during the ideation of the initiative that can realize the business goal, and through the project execution up to the monitoring of the result. The interaction with the project team is evident. We coordinate them, project manager, and we are part of them with the analyst. We support them with the portfolio manager and the enterprise architect. For the entire company, we have a double role of producer of information about projects and disseminators of the project management culture with a continuous training program. On the right side, the interaction at the governance level. The board of directors. We provide information, simulation, analysis to support the decision-making process. We provide a regular dashboard about portfolio, about the innovation pipeline, about the program's evolution. The PMO, with the portfolio manager, is member of the Strategy Advisory Board that has in charge the continuous assessment of the company strategy and the update of the strategy map. This participation allows us to promote a continuous contamination between the portfolio life cycle and the strategy assessment. We created years ago, and we are member of, the Portfolio Governance Board. It is made of directors of the department more involved in project. The board must assure to the different project organizations the right continuous sponsorship. The architectural board. Any new big initiative, any new business concept has an impact on our architecture. We are members of the board that must guarantee the coherence, the good impact analysis, the proper architectural choice. At last, but probably one of the more important and natural collaboration, PMO and finance, to monitor the evolution of program and project budget, but also the contribution to the revenue. At this point, it's clear what the Euroconsumers PMO is responsible for. In the plan and monitor area, with the portfolio management, we ensure that the strategy is properly executed via portfolio with the right composition, considering the availability of resources and considering the real benefits that the project can bring. To do that, we support the decision-making process, creating a clear and measurable link between the strategical goal and projects. This link facilitates the selection, the prioritization, and the resource optimization. It facilitates the verification of project results compared with business expectation to continuous monitoring the achievement of the strategical goal. With the enterprise architecture, we do the same effort. The business architecture is designed and maintained following the strategy of the company. The main business goals are mapped on the business components to follow the evolution of them. An effort of continuous alignment between business evolution and IT strategy guarantees the right direction and the experimentation of innovative opportunities. The different initiatives and projects are kept together from an enterprise view, and the dependencies are visible. I repeat that we consider the enterprise architecture a tool to support decision. Any new important business concept is assessed to make visible the enterprise impact and the requested architectural evolution. In the manage and execute area, we have in charge the execution of projects of the main business area, programs or domain. And, more than that, we support the evolution of the business area in strict collaboration with the business manager, from the identification of the business domain strategy to the realization of it via project or via business as usual initiative. We keep our original responsibility in providing and maintaining for the entire company process, method, framework of project management. We provide competence to carry out any type of business analysis or process analysis during the concept phase and the identification of the possible solution, whether it is an organizational solution or an IT solution, during the execution and the acceptance, and during the introduction, taking charge of the change management necessary initiatives. Our mission, our responsibility, is realized by a group of around 35 people, but we adapted the dimension of the team following the portfolio dimension. The role that I have described are summarized in this slide. A portfolio manager that coordinates local portfolio representative in any countries, a little team of enterprise architects that have in charge the business architecture and the information architecture, 3 program managers that take care of the 3 big business domains of the company, giving continuous support to the business manager in all the activities necessary to assure the proper evolution of the domain, the business analyst and the project manager that work inside the project teams. The PMO organization works well only if the 2 areas, monitor and plan and manage and execute, work in a very integrated way, inside a unique journey. I want to illustrate you our PMO journey that guarantees this integration. First step, the strategy. Our company defines a 5-year strategy plan and formalizes it in a balanced scorecard or strategy map, reviewed each year. The portfolio manager collaborates to the preparation of the plan, to the creation of the balanced scorecard, and he extracts from the strategy all the elements that must drive the portfolio creation. These strategical elements are put in the hand of the program manager that assists the business stakeholder to transform the strategy in a multi-year roadmap for the domain. Based on the roadmap, the program manager prepared the pipeline of the year, stressing the link between the business benefit that each project can bring and the strategical goal. It means that each project has to have a clear KPI linked with the element of the strategy map. During the pipeline preparation, the enterprise architect does the first analysis to check the impact of each specific initiative or eventual new business concept that can arise. The portfolio manager consolidates the entire pipeline, checks the alignment with the strategy, the necessary resources, and assists the board of directors during the prioritization process and the resource allocation. At the end of this phase, the portfolio of the year is consolidated. The program manager receives resources, organizes team, and project start. Project manager, business analyst, enterprise architect takes in charge of the project. What I want to underline of this phase is the continuous monitoring of the project, not just from the normal performance point of view, and so scope, time, budget, but from the point of view of the business added value that the project can bring. It means that the business KPI of the project are measured each quarter, and based on the result, the project is assessed, the scope adapted, or other measures outside the project are taken. This is possible because most of our projects have a delivery plan along the entire project life cycle, and so the benefit can be measured without waiting the end of the project. Quarterly, the portfolio manager consolidates the project performance and project added value in a dashboard that feeds the strategy advisory board and the board of directors and support the continuous assessment of the strategy map. This is the way the PMO contributes to the company life, to the execution of the strategy, and the way that keep the different PMO roles integrated in a strict collaboration. Some view of our achievements. We are proud to have consolidated the virtuous cycle between strategy and project, moreover in a moment in which the company is looking for new challenges. We made the business KPI the third project dimension, with scope, budget, and time, and so it's no more a triangle. The 100% of our project has KPI and target that directly support one or more critical success factors of the strategy map, and so the contribution to the strategy is measurable. KPI are measured each quarter. Based on the KPI measures, the scope of the project is assessed, and finally, the strategy itself is assessed. The portfolio dashboard, regularly produced for the board to the direction, is KPI driven. The illustration shows you a couple of slides of our project performance report on the right, and a couple of slides of our portfolio dashboard on the left. About innovation. It was one of the recent needs of the company. To give the right answer, we set up an innovation process based on the idea that this kind of initiative must be supported and monitored in a different way. The process is based on 4 steps. Think phase, during which people are free to reflect, investigate, ideate. Shape phase, during which the idea becomes concrete with contribution of external partners or other countries. Try phase, because we won't test before invest. There is a limited budget available to realize a minimum viable product and test on the market. Action plan phase, during which the idea is evaluated and transformed in a real complete project. Today we have 7 initiatives in think phase, 4 in shape. We are trying 11 initiatives and 4 are moving in action phase. In parallel, we have identified 5 technological new trends that could transform our digital product, and we have started pilot project on that. About the architectural area. We have seen that also the enterprise architect way of work has been integrated in the PMO journey driven by the company strategy. The business architecture is mapped on the strategy map, and each strategical objective is put in relation with the business component that will be touched, to facilitate the monitoring of the evolution and to make visible to the direction what is the impact of any decision on the business architecture. Thanks to this, the to-be business architecture has been revised to introduce some new business concept. A new consumer relationship model. We start offering services not just to our members, but also to different categories of consumer. A new offer architecture that foresees package of services to different moments of the consumer life. A new omni-channel consumer life cycle. In relation to the new business architecture, we have revised the information architecture to realize it in a multi-year plan. And here are some efforts necessary to guarantee the continuous evolution of the project management culture of the company. We have deployed a new project management portal where all the employees can find information about projects, but also our procedure or general document and news about project management. In parallel to the normal continuous training program, we started the Learning Snack that I have already described, mini project management session during lunch for anyone interested, whatever their role is within the organization. We have participated to a program of the Ministry of the Education. Boys and girls of the secondary school stay with us for a period, work it with us, and experiment the project management on the job. And moreover, for fun, we have assigned 2 prizes. The Blue Helmet Prize for the PMO colleague that better than other acted as a solver of conflict situations. The Gatta da Pelare Prize for the PMO colleague that managed with good result the most difficult and unpleasant situation, because we are convinced that also that is our role. To conclude with our achievements, the most important remain a portfolio of projects properly managed. In this slide, a selection of projects realized in the last 12 months. You can see an heterogeneous but representative selection of the composition of our portfolio. The evolution of our digital services remain the area of focalization, but we work also on new product and new business model. For example, we become broker of insurance products specifically selected on the market. We realize a global renewal of our back-office process of customer management, also based on the new European legislation of personal data. The title Customer Value Framework is the name that we give to the innovation pipeline. You can see a selection of innovation experimentation projects. And in the last group, different type of collaboration that we have with the European Commission. It's a little part of our portfolio, but is important because of the nature of the subject and because it led us to collaborate with important partners of research world, of the university system and on the market. As you can imagine, most of the subjects that I have described until now are subjects on which we have continuous effort. But to summarize our main challenges for the next 12 months, our effort of consolidation of the link between strategy and project remain our main focalization. In this context, the board is starting to reflect on the strategy plan for the period 2022 and 2026. We are involved with the portfolio manager, and we will be involved with the program manager to obtain that the different business areas can produce their business domain strategy. The other big challenge just arrived. It's a change in the governance model of the company to give more autonomy to the countries. The PMO is rethinking itself following the new model. We will have more local initiative, and it will be necessary to frame them inside an homogeneous picture to guarantee coherence and economy of scale. The innovation remains also the challenge, facilitating, promoting, and accelerating the innovation process, but also introducing new innovative tracks. We think also that in the next 12 months it will be possible to benefit of the result of the pilot project that are testing the new technological trend to enrich our consumer services. But again, our main challenge for the next period is that project. This is a representation of the pipeline and can give you the idea of the global effort. With that, we have concluded our presentation of our reality, our process, our way of work, our idea of what a PMO can be in a mid-sized company as we are. Let me just introduce you the real PMO and to say again thanks on behalf of the entire team for this opportunity.